Good morning and welcome to Cardiff for live coverage of the final day of the Netball Europe Open Championships. This week's competition has seen England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland joined for the first time by Fiji. We have live coverage of both matches today across social media and BBC Sport, so wherever you're watching in the world, welcome. We hope you've enjoyed the netball over the last few days, and what an exciting few days we've had. Yesterday saw Fiji versus Northern Ireland taking the win. Wales versus Scotland, where Scotland took the win, and England versus Fiji with a convincing 94 goals to 31. I'm joined in commentary today by Geraldine Maguire. Geraldine, welcome. What an exciting match we've got today.
Morning, Natalie. Absolutely thrilling feast of netball ahead of us today by all four teams who are going to grace the court. Really exciting times.
So the first match sees Northern Ireland and Scotland play out for silver medal position, both teams having won 2 games and 1 loss. And then the second match today at 12 o'clock sees England take on Wales, where Wales will be out to try and get their second win of this competition. So Geraldine, over to you for our team list.
Yeah, our team starting lineups this morning. For Scotland, at goalkeeper we have Hayley Mulhern. At goal defence, Emily Nichol. Wing defence, Sam Murphy. At centre and captain, Claire Brownie. Wing attack, Nicola McCleary. Lindsay Gallagher takes the goal attack bib. And at the back, goal shooter, Bethan Goodwin. For Northern Ireland, we have a very experienced set-up. At goalkeeper, Gemma Lawler. Goal defence, Nolene Lennon. Wing defence, Fionnuala Toner. Captain at centre, Caroline O'Hanlon. At wing attack, Michelle Drain. Taking on the goal attack position, Kyla Bowman, and at goal shooter, Lisa Bowman.
So Geraldine, I don't know about you, but I am super excited for these games today. It's bound to be action-packed. Both of these teams really close in rankings, really close in games that we've seen so far. What's going to be the key points that we're going to be looking out for today?
Oh, I think there'll be huge battles going on all over this court, and we've got an absolute match-up of the tournament and the two centres, two captains, Claire Brownie and Caroline O'Hanlon. Both are on fire, both are dominant for their teams, and it'll be a battle. Let's see who wins that over the 60 minutes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about shooters as well, and we see Bethan Goodwin taken to the court now for Scotland. She's an up-and-coming player who's been in the under-17 setup, been in the under-21 setup, but on this court she hasn't seemed young, she seemed like an experienced player.
Yeah, she certainly is, and that's due to the exposure and how she's been embedded through the pathway in Scotland. You know, she's been playing up, training up quite considerably. She was also part of the Sirens franchise last year, learning from the best. The imports we brought in, Carla Borrego, Ellen Halpenny. You can't get better training ground for that, and that's showing that during this tournament. You know, Bethan's always has had a cool, calm, composed head, but she's now putting all that training out on the competitive court, so all credit to her.
And on the other end of the court, we've seen some really good performances from Mulhern and some really good performances from Bowman as well. Do you think that's going to be a tight matchup today?
Yeah, that'll be a tight matchup. You know, Hayley's been cutting out her craft in Australia for the last year for us, and Lisa Bowman, what an experienced and very, very accurate, high percentage shooter. So that's going to be a matchup to watch. That's going to be happening all over this court, to be honest, Natalie.
Okay, our umpires for you today are James Thomas and Sarah Watts on this game. And our reserve umpire from Gibraltar is Nadine Pardew Zamet. So the match ball is being delivered to Scotland, who have the first centre of this game, and we're just about to kick off. Claire Brownie with the first pass to the centre. Good to get that first ball out. Just struggling to get it down into the circle edge at the moment. Oh, nice early interception.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate because it was so well read by Nolene Lennon, but just a handling error there as she tried to control the take.
Some good tussle early on there at the top of the circle.
I don't think we'd expect anything else from Fionnuala Toner.
And this is a pairing with the Scottish shooters that we've seen quite a lot, Gallagher and Goodwin.
Yeah, it's a really tried and tested combination. They read each other well, feed each other well, just like the sisters at the other end for Northern Ireland. So really interesting to watch these combinations.
So first goal in for Scotland. Northern Ireland trying to convert their first centre pass. How important is that with the nerves for this silver medal position?
It's very important. You know, everyone wants to have that, you know, settling in period, and if you can convert your first one. Northern Ireland, unfortunately, have, you know, done exactly what Scotland did. They've had an interception, but Scotland have managed to retain that turnover and take it all the way through to Bethan.
And she doesn't need many second chances.
No, she does not.
So we're 2-0 up already. Can Scotland convert this?
Just a bit of over anxious, you know, in that pass, just to control it. But I think it took a tip from Northern Ireland, so Scotland still in possession.
And there we see a little press up on the ball. So for those of you new to netball, you can use the ball to keep yourself onside if you're going into another part of the court, which is not allowed for your position. So quite clever there.
Just a few errors creeping in there. It's probably the starting nerves.
O'Hanlon in the middle. Some width there through the court, just trying to get it down to the circle edge. Scotland doing a good job at the moment of holding Ireland up. And there's that battle that we talked about to start off with between Mulherron and Bowman.
Oh, Mulherron just moving off too early, not allowed to be doing that.
Good little puck pass there between the Bowman sisters, but they get the ball back again. And Northern Ireland will be pleased with that turnover.
Yeah, so what they needed to do, they had to win that ball back really quickly, and they've done just that. So Northern Ireland centre.
And looking at the setup, sometimes they want to pass the ball forwards, but sometimes they set up for that centre pass to go backwards.
Yeah, you can see that, you know, if there's a bit of stacking going on with the wing attack and the goal attack, you can anticipate that the ball will be fed back to a wing D or goal defence.
Again, Northern Ireland's ball turned over by Scotland early on. Just need to start looking after their centre passes. Oh, call off the ball. I think that was a contact call off the ball. We don't often see that from such a big distance.
It was well off the ball, so unfortunately I didn't sight it myself, but Lindsay Gallagher deemed to have infringed there.
Oh, nice high ball feed in. And that's where Lisa Bowman is quite crucial, isn't it? She's got a really good hold on her, and that hold can be deadly if they can't put some pressure on that and confuse the space.
Absolutely, and she certainly does use that as a big part of her game, and the feed in is so accurate. Yesterday she struggled a little bit in that close shot, but obviously she's got her eye back in here, and it's good to see her hot in the ball.
So Scotland back in possession. Good cover there by Ireland, just putting the pressure on that by coming out. Northern Ireland defence working hard, as they have done all tournament.
That's a lovely long shot by Bethan Goodwin there, taking it to Scotland 3, Northern Ireland 2, back on centre.
Another contact off the ball there. Umpires being hot on this. There's been some very strong physical battles in this tournament so far, and I know the umpires are really keen to make sure that they stay on top of that and keep everyone safe in the game.
Absolutely, that's the job. It's about the safety of the players, and sometimes just that passion can just run a bit too high and cause, you know, a lot of unwelcome contact. So good job by the umpires.
So an early lead now for Scotland. It's really now whether they can put their foot down and convert on this one as well. Give themselves a 3-goal gap if they can. Lawler at the back putting pressure on, but seems to be a bit of contact there. And that's that 3-goal run, isn't it? One mistake on one centre pass and all of a sudden the opposition can take a 3-goal run on you.
It's just how quickly this game can change, and I think, you know, sometimes when neutral spectators are looking, there's a gap in the goals of about 5 or 7. To us that's nothing. It's a couple of centre pass turnovers and you're back in the game. So
if you want to get in touch with us, please do. Let us know who you are supporting. Let us know what you think about the game. You're always free to send us any little jokes as well. We always like a bit of a giggle. So hashtag NEOpen on Twitter. Join the conversation. Great shot there by McGallagher. I think I just added an MC onto her name. I'm sorry. Gallagher.
Yeah, we're not all Max. Quite a few
Yeah,
of us.
sorry, Lindsay. Getting too excited. Great shot there by Bowman. There was one point in one of the games yesterday where they fell to 33% on their shooting stats. So I know the Bowman sisters will be really keen today to make sure that they're sinking those shots.
Absolutely, and they certainly have struggled a few times over the weekend with those shooting stats. But Una McCulloch has stepped up as well. She's really come on to her game and, you know, taken the pressure off one of the Bowmans, you know, give them some rest time, sort it out and come back on. But they're such a good combination when they're on fire.
Good pressure there, but just deemed to have contacted Claire Brownie, a very fierce opponent, very strong on defence. She does her job very well in that middle, doesn't she, captain in her side?
Yeah, that's such a match-up. Really been looking forward to watching this all weekend. And of course, they were teammates over the last season at Soudens, Carolina Hanlon and Claire Brownie, so these girls certainly know each other's game inside out.
So far, Scottish shooters sharing the shooting responsibilities, both confident to put the ball up and get it in the net. That's twice, isn't it, that we've seen that call for pushing the ball out and pushing it into a player.
Yeah, it's something I don't like personally. It's just not comfortable to watch at times. It does look intentional and it's quite an uncomfortable move for me.
So what would be the purpose of pushing that out?
I think it's to draw the attention of, in my opinion, to the umpire that they're within, you know, obstructing within that distance. They're not actually giving the player time to retreat and take their 3 feet mark before raising their hands. So yeah, it was a good spot by the umpire.
Northern Ireland strong man-on-man defence. Just trying to pressurise that ball in. Out of court there, unfortunately, by Lawler. You see the Northern Irish defence there really getting in front of Beth Goodwin, and that's something that we saw Wales struggle with yesterday. Beth Goodwin really likes that front position, doesn't she?
Yeah, she actually has a really strong hold. She's clever, and like you'll see Lindsay Gallagher, the strength and, you know, how she can actually hold that space and positioning is really a good part of these girls' games. But, you know, Lawler's highly experienced and she's got really fast feet, as has Lennon, so they're making it a little bit harder in there for them.
And these teams will have had the chance to watch each other over the last 3 days, so they'll certainly have done their homework.
Oh, they'll have been doing lots of analysis in each other's games over the weekend, and, you know, we are all very well versed in each other's games with similar styles, but we know each team knows each other very, very well, but there's been a lot of work done this weekend.
So Northern Ireland staying within touching distance still at the moment. After that initial 3-goal run, Scotland just struggling to push out even further, and then we get a Northern Irish turnover. Good job from the defence at the back, and Carolina Hanlon scoops up and they are moving through the court. It's just that strong Scottish defence that we see again, keeping that middle space, just holding them up, trying to prevent them from getting to circle edge.
Yeah, they're really busy and they really work as a unit, the Scottish defence. They do move and track really, really well, and it looks as though they've flooded the mid-court. But all credit to Northern Ireland, they've showed great composure there and using each other with good backup.
Yeah, those angles again there by Lisa Bowman. And they pull it back to within 1, and we are back to a Northern Ireland centre pass. So this centre pass to level the game. A little bit of hesitation coming through there, just waiting for that option to pop through the middle. Scottish defence trying to force the Bowman sisters wide at the moment, trying to make them shoot from distance. And that takes us to 9-all. We have a level game now. So well done Northern Ireland for fighting back. Pushing down. Good work there from McCleary.
Yeah, it was good back up by Captain Brownie. She saw her off balance and stepped in to take the pass from her.
We see quite patient work here from Scotland, not forcing any long diagonal balls in, just taking their time. If they can't get it in, they're just working it around, opening up the court, changing the angles in the circle, which I'm assuming is to help Bethan and Lindsay get those angles.
Absolutely, and it's really critical to keep working, everyone's fighting for ball side attack and defence, so it's hard work in there to keep the movement going and keep composure at the same time.
See that strong box defence of Scotland, and that's what they're playing for, isn't it? That box defence, force the long ball, and then you've got the likes of McCulloch at the back who are just going to come through and take those intercepts.
Yeah, Mulhern, she just saw that long ball and she's just mixed it up and put that doubt into the feed, so it's good work. And that's what you want. You want pressure from your defence coming through court, not just leaving it to your goal defence and goalkeeper. And wing defence, Sam Murphy and Brownie did great backup there.
Oh, well held there by Bethan Goodwin. On extension, scoops it back up, and that's where we talk about, again, Claire Brownie, the likes of Claire Brownie. She can see she's going offside, so she pushes him in quickly so that she can offload the ball.
Just complete lack of movement there by the Thistles. You know, they really had to help McCleary out there by giving her options, and it was just great work by the Northern Ireland defence, but you know, they should have really stepped up and gave some options.
It's quite loud in Sport Wales here today. We've got lots of support and lots of Scottish fans.
Yeah, we've got a good travelling support. We've got some great backup from local clubs, from some of the coaches who coach these players at club level come down, lots of parents, so you can always spot the Scots in the crowd. They like to get the face paints and the saltires out, and we have quite loud voices too.
Again, just that patience from Scotland, just working the ball, and a beautiful offload, and great timing there by Bethan Goodwin.
Yeah, that's great teamwork, and well finished off by Bethan Goodwin. Takes the score to Scotland 11, Northern Ireland 9, a Scotland centre pass.
2 minutes left of this quarter. Scotland can convert this. Oh, kiss of death, sorry.
Kiss of death, commentator's curse.
The umpire James there just calling time, which we were talking a bit about yesterday, is vital actually in the closing minutes, especially of a quarter, that any delaying isn't accepted and that the umpires call time so that we can make sure that those goals all count. And I think it was Billy was talking about 5 seconds, you know, anyone can score in those 5 seconds.
Absolutely, and I think we want to see a game of 60 minutes. We don't want dead time, so it's the right thing to do. Just make sure we've got 60 minutes of action, not 60 minutes of a ball off court.
Scotland will be disappointed with that. They managed to turn over a centre pass and then had theirs turned over immediately. Northern Ireland, on the other hand, will be quite pleased at their resilience to fight back.
It's been a bit of a game of cat and mouse this first 15 minutes. You know, we've seen Scotland probably go ahead twice, possibly 3 times, and Northern Ireland fight back. So, yeah, it will be a full 60 minutes to the death of hard work here by both teams.
Good strong arms over there. And a great drive by Brownie to the top of the circle. Nice little pop, good offer there. When it's flowing for Scotland, they look just unbeatable, don't they?
Yeah, it's really, really fast. The read-offs are excellent. The timing has come on. The accuracy in the pass and the offloads are fantastic. So, yeah, as you say, when it's working, it works. It's really nice to watch.
No goal there, no goal. It was deemed a held ball, so we had a point where we thought that the goal attack Gallagher was holding the ball for more than 3 seconds. Therefore, it's still 12-11 to Scotland. Northern Ireland have 14 seconds to try and convert off this.
That was fantastic work by Brownie to try and win the ball back, but I think she's hurt herself in the process.
Yeah, that was a collision between Brownie and McCleary. Hopefully she'll be okay, but she does look in a bit of pain at the moment. So on Twitter, we have Yvonne Cretan, come on Scotland, let's go for silver. You can do this. Hashtag backing purple. Hi Yvonne. Colleen Duffy, hashtag any open, come on Northern Ireland. Bangor Netball Club back in Northern Ireland as well. Miranda Rogers, great netball coverage, BBC Sport, loving every game. Come on Northern Ireland, especially the Bowman sisters from, I'm not going to be able to say that one.
Oh, pass, sorry. I don't know that one either.
Well, we'll try and ask someone at quarter time so we can say it right for you, Miranda. Emily, Scotland versus Northern Ireland is a fab game to watch for defenders, looking for tricks on how to handle shooters who hold their space. And that takes us into quarter time. Scotland are leading Northern Ireland, 12 goals to 11. My gosh, it's a tight game.
It's a tight game. We wouldn't have expected anything else. We've seen this year after year at this competition from these two sides, and you know, they're not going to leave anything out there. Both want the win, both want to, you know, impress their fans and their coaching team and themselves. They're all working towards earning their own bid for a Commonwealth Games spot. They're heading into World Cup qualifiers. Everything's on these games. You know, these girls are passionate and they won't stop till the whistle blows after 60 minutes.
So we've seen so far Scotland doing a run of 3 and then Northern Ireland coming back at them again, and then another run of 3 and Northern Ireland coming back again. What is it that Scotland need to do to capitalise on that run of 3? What's letting them down at the minute?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mix. You know, there's been a couple of opportunities that have gone amiss because they've made fundamental errors themselves, and there's also been some really good steals by Northern Ireland. So if they can tidy up their own errors, that's critical. You know, they've got to, when you get that lead, you've got to have that composure, just focus, possession, keep the ball, treasure the ball, and reward if you've got that interception, reward it and take it through to shooters and convert the goal. So yeah, they've just got to consolidate now and tidy things up a little. But all credit, Northern Ireland are fighters, and they've stolen the ball back a couple of times at critical moments. Scotland could have gone on a run. We could have gone from 3 to 5 very, very quickly, and you know, they've not allowed that to happen. So it's been a great first 15 minutes to watch. And
what do you think Northern Ireland coaches will be saying at the moment? Because the flip side of that is, we've got the capacity to come back. We've got the capacity to turn over centre passes. Is there a reason why that's happening straight after a run of 3? Can we do it before and get our own run of 3?
Absolutely. You know, they're a very experienced, highly experienced side and very capable side. So they will be looking to actually take the lead. They don't want to be chasing this game. They want to actually put their stamp on it and stretch ahead from their own point of view. So yeah, they'll be looking at why are we always behind and playing catch up? How can we just get that ahead and, you know, make Scotland chase us for the win rather than the opposite?
So we talked at the start about that battle between Caroline O'Hanlon and Claire Brownie. That was something you were quite excited to see. Do you feel like that's living up to expectations on court at the moment?
I think it's been quite a little bit quieter than I expected it to be. You know, they're both so dominant for their sides, and so they're probably two of the fittest in this tournament. You know, they're so athletic and so fast and effective in all areas of the court, but you know, I think they've both kept each other a little bit at bay. So let's see who comes out on top over the next 15 minutes. And it's nice to see Claire Brownie back on her feet here. You know, that was just an unfortunate clash with her teammate, but she looks fit to go again. It takes a lot to keep Claire Brownie down.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the Super League we've seen Claire Brownie a couple of times on the floor, but she generally bounces back up. And
yeah, she's made of girders.
So the shooting ends as well. We've seen 2 different styles of shooters. One holding space generally for high balls, one for low balls. But actually, would you say that the defensive styles suit the 2 shooters as well? We've got the fast feet at the back of Lawler and Lennon for Northern Ireland, which is really working that front for them.
And it's a good matchup. You know, Lennon's got a little bit more height, but she has fallen back a little bit in Goodwin. You know, Lawler and Lennon do share that the responsibilities in there. They do their man on man, but they do drop off when they need to and pick up the runner or the holding shooter. So yeah, it's a really good battle to watch in the circles as well.
So if you are watching, please keep on getting in touch with us at #NEOpen. Mike Yan has sent us a joke. Yes, Mike Yan. Hey, good joke here. Just how do netball players stay cool during the game?
Oh, I don't know. How do they stay cool during the game, Natalie?
They have good fans. Mike, we love it. I absolutely love that. Send us some more of those. And they do have great fans. The atmosphere here is absolutely amazing. The Scottish fans, the Northern Irish fans. We have lots of noise going on throughout the game. And here we go. Scotland are about to take the centre pass to take us into the second quarter of this silver medal match. getting that first ball out. Again, just that patience, but also the pressure from Northern Ireland, pushing the Scottish attack back, having to use that backup.
Yeah, no surprises, Natalie. There's no change for either side. You know, we wouldn't have expected to see anything at this stage of the game.
And there's the defence that we've just been talking about, turning the ball over nice and early. Caroline O'Hanlon driving in for the draw, just opening up that space for the defence. Just getting a bit stuck again in the middle third from that strong Scottish defence. They've both got similar styles actually in defence in the middle third, haven't they?
Yeah, it's very similar. Which can be a positive and a negative. You know the opposition's game, but they equally know yours. So
beautiful bounce pass there by Kylie Bowman, opening up her sister Lisa. And Northern Ireland have now equalled the game, 12-all. And can they convert? This is what we were talking about, them coming back. Can they now look after this ball and take the lead themselves? Nice patient feed. Pressure on the shot. Yes, Lisa
that's
Bowman.
A fantastic shot by Lisa Bowman.
And a fantastic feed as well by Michelle Drain. We talk about the shooters, but actually the feed in makes it all the difference, doesn't it, for those shooters?
It definitely does, and you can see Michelle Drain did the right thing there. You're looking for your centre and your wing attack to actually hit the circle edge so the defence cannot block that feed in. That's exactly what she did. Gave her a straight ball into Lisa Bowman.
Another attacking contact there called. This is the second contact call for... Oh no, it's the other way around.
Oh, I'm not quite sure why that ball was pulled so far back, but
again, maybe it's a game management thing, trying to make sure that we keep that game nice and tidy.
Yep.
We can see Sarah Watts just calling time for the minute, having a word with the player.
Yeah, they've certainly got the vision and off ball as well as on ball, these umpires, so as you say, trying to do their very best to keep the game safe for all in court.
And if you've been watching over the last couple of days, you'll have noticed that we have had quite physical games, and so this is just the umpires keeping control of the game early on and making sure that we keep all of those players nice and safe. So just coming in for you, just a bit of information on the shooting stats for that quarter.
Wow, first time I've seen that in a long time.
100% shooting stats for both the Scottish and the Northern Irish side. So we can see how tight this game is. 12 from 12 for Scotland and 11 from 11 from Northern Ireland. That's fantastic shooting stats.
Yeah, it's absolutely fabulous, and it's exactly what we want. And when you look at what you mentioned earlier, Natalie, you know, the Northern Irish combo have had a little dip at times, but they've brought their A game today, and that's exactly what Aileen Rice would have been asking of them.
Yeah, and I guess you could argue that they brought their A game at the right time. We talk about peaking in netball a lot and making sure that your players are prepared and that you win the games that count. It's not that some games don't count, but some games are obviously more focused on than others because they're going to take you to the positions that you want to be. Is this a target game for both teams?
It absolutely is, and I think what we see is, you know, you've got 4 games played over the weekend from Thursday to Sunday. You know, that takes its toll, but that's a whole credit to how fit and how strong these athletes out on court are. But in the same breath, they're learning game on game, and that's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for the learnings to be embedded game after game, and we're just looking at that from both teams today, which is excellent.
McCleary there with a pinpoint pass to Goodwin to get the goal, and Caroline O'Hanlon scooped that centre pass so quickly. Taking it straight down to circle edge, and that's one way to get through that solid defensive structure, isn't it? If they're going to keep you up, if you can move the ball fast and get it to goal quickly, then the defence can't have that time to set up.
And that's a bit of a trademark of Caroline O'Hanlon. She just steps in, the whistle's gone and the ball's gone.
Just setting that penalty. Having Northern Ireland still just keeping in this game 1 up. Could be a crucial turnover now for Northern Ireland. If they can convert off this, they could be starting their own runs of 3. I just sense that they need to keep it clean at the back. Scotland, make sure that you stay in the game. You want all 7 players in the game. You don't want one of them stood out. Nice ball to the pocket, just opening up the space. Lisa Bone with her hand up. She wants that ball. Beautiful little pop pass.
Yeah, it's a really strong hold by Lisa Bowman there, and fabulous placement of the ball from Kyla Bowman.
It's a long run over the front line there by Michelle Drain. Northern Ireland opting to sit the goal attack quite far back. Oh, I thought we were going to see a fly then.
Yeah, she thought about it.
Good drive in there by Kyla Bowman.
Nickel just seemed to have made contact when the shot was being released, so Lisa Bowman picks the ball up and takes Northern Ireland to that 3-goal lead.
So vital centre pass now for Scotland. They need to make sure that they convert off this centre pass. They definitely don't want this to go out to any more than 3.
Yeah, that was a well executed centre pass. It was first time release, good backup by all players. So Scotland 16, Northern Ireland 18.
Showing the ability of the players as well. Lawler had come out and jumped to try and put pressure on, but there was no pressure there. Just pass it round. Oh, great turnover at the back, and this is a fight back now from Scotland.
Yeah, and it was great positioning by Nicol. She took the front, and Lisa Bowman really, really dominantly and stole the ball for Scotland.
Just got to now get it down. And the 2 attack working really well. Nice draw there to open up the space at the front. Now we're also almost seeing a mirror image of the first quarter.
Absolutely.
A run of 3 and then a fight back, but just this time the other way round.
That was a good hand in there by Kyla Bowman just to win the ball back for Northern Ireland, and they brought the ball through really quickly now in attack.
It's a nice little bounce pass out. Not happy to shoot from there though. Wants to work it closer. And that's that trademark pop. Scotland need to start doing some work on shutting that pop down.
I think Mulhern will be a bit annoyed with herself for not reading that one, because it's exactly what happened the last time. She's gone up with the jump and there's just been a quick pop layoff.
We talk about the position in defence, don't we, of having attacker defence when you're a defender, and how can they do that when she gets stuck behind? Is there any particular trick you can have to, or is it just getting your feet round?
Yeah, it is keeping, causing the confusion and putting doubt in the mind of the feeder more than anything, so yeah.
Oh, nice shot under pressure there. That takes Northern Ireland out by 3 again. And makes this another crucial centre pass for Scotland.
Fionnuala Toner is working really, really hard on Nicola McCleary there, causing a bit of upset, getting her hand to a lot of ball at the moment. Just too much in that for Goodwin.
Just succumbing a bit to the pressure, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think she just needs to take a breath, McCleary, and focus again and just calm feeds to the circle.
Oh, a nice long swing over the court to really open it up. And sometimes we talk about trying to avoid those long diagonals, but when there's no defenders anywhere near and it's that powerful, it can just open up your court beautifully.
Absolutely. There's a time and a place for it. Not something we like to coach, but certainly it works on the odd occasion. That's an excellent rebound.
Yeah, uncharacteristic miss, but if you get the rebound like that, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Oh, good hands. I didn't know how she kept hold of that. Scotland will be pleased with that pressure. It's now crucial for them that they take this through to a goal. They don't want to go 5 down. This will bring it back to within 3 if they can get it down to their shooters and in. Northern Ireland, great interception there by Carolina Hanlon, and a ball against the post to get it close to post. Lisa Bowman, you absolute superstar.
Yeah, I think that might be the first we've seen this move in the tournament, so all credit to her. Good thinking under pressure.
If you are somebody playing at local league, you're not an elite netballer and you haven't done that much before, trust me, I've made the mistake myself. Practice it before you throw it out there in your next game. Great work. And that's the kind of flair that really brings out the excitement and lifts your team up as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely. When you show that confidence that you can put these moves in, your team are just lifted.
And a great feed there by Claire Brownie as well. Just showing I can get past all these arms. You might be able to throw it against the post, but I can thread the eye of the needle with this ball. Staying at 4 goals at the moment. Good swing to open up the court, and a great drive there by Caroline O'Hanlon. That's really good of the Northern Irish defence as well. It just shows that you've got all 7 players are attacking whenever you've got possession of the ball. That backup is always there for them.
Absolutely. Just a little misunderstanding. Lisa Bowman just not ready for that quick pass, but retrieved it well. Oh, she's so good in the rebounds.
The defence will need to work hard if she goes out, maybe to keep her out.
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to force that long shot and certainly not allow her that drive in and hold the space under post the way she's doing at the moment.
We're now 5 goals ahead for Northern Ireland. 23-18. This is certainly turning out to be an absolute corker.
Well, that was unfortunate. Lennon did get her hand to that, but just a replayed ball.
Shannon Garvin on Twitter obviously is appreciating Lisa Bowman's efforts as much as us, and has written, "Take it all the way, Northern Ireland. Play smart, play hard. Hashtag Bowman Boom." That could be the new hashtag there, Shannon. Fiona Metcalf always knew this was going to be a close one. You can do it, Scotland.
So Fiona Metcalf is an ex-Scotland captain, a very good friend of mine. So hi, Fiona.
We'll definitely be cheering her team on. There seems to be lots of support for both teams here, and equal support, which is good. All those netball fans getting behind their team. This could be the turnover that Scotland need to get them back in this game. With 3 minutes to go, it would be really positive for them to get this to goal and then take their centre pass to goal and just take some of that damage limitation.
Gallagher just missed Goodwin's availability there, but worked hard to get it back into the Scottish shooting circle.
And when you've got the likes of Lawler at the back, it can put a bit of hesitation on your pass, can't it?
Absolutely. You know these girls are so experienced. They are potentially going to go for the flyer. They're very, very good at confusing space. So, yeah, all credit to them.
Oh, nice, calm play. Bit of confusion. Confusion.
Well, that was a fabulous jump by Lennon. Unfortunately, Goodwin's just tipped it out and given possession back.
She'll be frustrated with that.
She will be frustrated with that. But
see Northern Ireland just working it through. 1 offer, 2 offers. Working the ball hard. All together at that side of the court at the moment, though. Oh, good repositioning there from Caroline O'Hanlon.
Yeah,
she's obviously recognised.
there.
My coaching from distance. I got you back, Caroline, don't worry. Again, good rebound by Lisa Bowman. Just so calm and composed. You know, if it doesn't go in, I'll go up, I'll get it back.
And it's the timing in that jump she's going up. She's not overly the tallest in there. You know, Mulhern, I think, has got a little bit of height advantage on her, but her timing for the rebounds are excellent.
Scotland doing a good job of keeping everyone on ball side at that moment in time. Forcing Northern Ireland back. And again, just keeping them off the circle edge, trying to force that pressure. And when you've got the player like Lisa Bowman in the circle, you notice that the defence sometimes are dropping in and throwing that double, but the problem then is that it leaves Kyla Bowman out there to play the ball to circle edge if they're getting stuck.
Absolutely.
One minute left. Scotland need to convert this to keep them in touching distance.
They have to work really hard to get the ball into circle at the moment. The Irish defence are really dominant in the centre court.
And when you think of how many games these girls have played so far, you know, the ability to still be out and playing this hard and with this intensity, very impressive.
Yeah, and that's all credit to the hours that they put on off court, off season, or during the season, you know, to get their fitness to this level is incredible, and the S&C teams.
Sorry,
Natalie. No, I appreciate that move.
I've got to get less excited. Oh, the pressure. 20 seconds left. And now Scotland are going to have to take this. They're going to have to run it into that centre circle. There's enough time to score. You can see that Claire Brownie there is jogging, and we get excited about the pressure on 15 seconds, but it's actually quite a long time. The umpires have called time. 5 seconds to go. It's going to have to go in quick.
Have to be a feed in. Yep. Just ran the clock down. Too many passes there.
Yeah, and the question is, did they recognise the time? I'm not sure some of them did at that point, because there were a few. You'd expect some really strong drives out to get that ball.
Yeah, and that's uncharacteristic. These players are all very, very aware of the timing usually, and you can always tell. You know, you see the long ball, unfortunately, at times having to be forced in those last few seconds, but Scotland definitely missed that opportunity on that occasion.
And I guess in some ways that might be where having that front, the shooters that like to play the front ball, makes the long ball a little bit more tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, 26-21, so completely flipped that quarter from what we saw the first quarter, and we see Northern Ireland taking that strong 5-goal lead now. As we've alluded to before, 5 goals in netball is not much at all.
No, it's not. It's 2 centre passes. It does look like a gap, you know, when you look at it in paper, but it's not in netball. You know, 10 seconds and a goal scored, a centre pass steal, and you're back in the game, and that's exactly the way Scotland will face this. You know, it's certainly not game over. We've seen people come back from double this, you know, very, very quickly.
So what do you think, I mean, looking at that now, what do you think the difference has been in this quarter for Scotland? Why have they lost that 3-goal runs that they were doing at the start? Is there anything they need to
lost
change?
A little bit of momentum, and the timing's maybe going a bit off. We've not been given that first time ball, as you alluded to earlier, Natalie. When it's working, it's absolutely beautiful to watch. You know, the time, and it's so slick. It just didn't happen enough in this second quarter, but that's then credit to the defence, the unit defence, the whole team defence of Northern Ireland, who made it a little bit tougher for them.
Miranda Rogers, thank you very much, and we're sorry that we are so bad at understanding the spelling, but she has put it, break it down, the Bowman sisters from Makarufelt. So Makarufelt, I think I said that right, so thank you, Miranda, for helping us out there.
Good job.
Joanne McNulty, everyone at Down at Netball Club rooting for you at Netball Northern Ireland, hashtag NEOpen. Then Mrs. Mac, who is Mrs. Mac Pirate on Twitter. Here we go, Scott Thistles, home guard checking in. Thistles Army, keep the noise down. I enjoyed celebrating yesterday's wins. Hashtag NEOpen, good work.
Mrs. Mac is one of my staff, so hi
yes,
Lee again.
I
know you're always rooting for the team.
So, do you think, bearing in mind the scoreline at the moment, that we will see many changes for the Scottish side?
I think we might see a change in defence. I think they were just a little bit dipping, you know, maybe a change at goal defence coming. I'm not sure, I'm not in the coaching team, but you know, they might be looking for a little bit more height. It's certainly a combination that was tried and tested. We might see Ellie Gibbons coming onto court with Hayley Mulhern. They do take up a lot of space, the range is really huge. It might just mix things up a little bit in there. Possibly something I could see coming there.
And that's a change that we've seen quite often actually throughout this tournament. Tracy Neville was talking yesterday about Ella Gibbons being one of those impact players that can come on and really change up a game.
She absolutely is. You know, she's certainly come through the Scottish pathway. Had a little bit time out and sort of done a lot of courtcraft down in England with Loughborough Lightning over the last season, so some huge learnings there, and it's great to have her back out, you know, wearing the Thistles dress, and she certainly is an impact player. She did come on and make a difference yesterday, and it's something we might see. I wouldn't be too surprised if that's a change that's coming. Not quite sure if the Northern Ireland will be looking for anything that's working at the moment. If these girls, if Elaine Rice thinks they're still fit enough to give her another 15, I'm not sure we'd see much changing going on there.
Do you think we might see any change at the wing attack position? I know it didn't change yesterday for Scotland, but it has been a change that they've made in the past.
Yeah, and it's certainly, you know, we've seen Kelly Boyle coming off the bench fresh out of World Youth. You know, she very different player from Mick McCleary, different style, different movement offering. So yeah, that's an option as well. We might see young Kelly Boyle coming off the bench too.
Well, we've certainly talked about Toner in the past. She was doing a strong job on McCleary in that in that quarter, and as you said, the pressure that Northern Ireland were putting on the attack to slow that ball down, stop them bringing it through. So that could be where we might see some key changes.
Yeah, it certainly was. Fionnuala was getting her hand into quite a lot of balls. She also forced quite a lot of ball off the back line. You know, McCleary put a couple of balls off the back line. It's uncharacteristic of her, because she does feed Beth and Goodwin very, very solidly. So yes, that's an option of a change as well coming at us.
So looking at the two teams, we've got 10th in the world, which is Northern Ireland, 12th in the world, which is Scotland. Bit tricky because not necessarily relevant to how we see them match up. I mean, ranking points are based on a lot of how many games you play as well. Is this the game that you expected? Did you expect Northern Ireland to be in front at this point in time? Did you expect Scotland to be in front?
I didn't expect a big gap. You know, it's always a very, very close game. You know, Scotland have been informed throughout this tournament. We've seen them putting out some solid performances. They've kicked off well against Fiji. They've certainly brought a game to England. You know, taking England to 13 was a huge result for Scotland, and obviously they took the win against Wales. So they're in form and possibly come into this on form of the tournament, possibly just looking a little bit favourites coming into it. But we're all very knowledgeable in this game. You know, there's nothing between the calibre of athletes out there for both teams, so we knew it was going to be a goal-for-goal game. So a little gap at half-time. Yeah, it's not too unexpected, but I wouldn't expect it to be further out than this for either team.
So I'm going to ask you the awkward question now. What would be your prediction for the final outcome? Do you think it's going to be Northern Ireland or Scotland that will come out with a win?
So not just with my heart, I do think the Scots have got it in them to actually take the win. I think they've got the fitness. I think they've got a bench they can run. I think they have options, strong options to come out and actually force the game through. We've seen them grow and grow throughout the tournament, but you know, Northern Ireland are not going to lie down, and they're going to look to come out and, you know, take the first centre pass and push that out a little bit. But you know, I would certainly say I would be expecting a Scotland win, but let's wait and see.
I think to keep it exciting, and also from that pass against the post that I still haven't quite got over, I'll pick Northern Ireland, and then we'll have a good banter at the end.
Absolutely.
So coming up today for you, we still have 30 minutes left of this Scotland-Northern Ireland match. Remembering that these two teams are playing out for silver medal position today. Both teams will want to put out a strong performance, especially for the silver medal, also for coming up in January when they've got those Netball World Cup qualifiers, and then heading into the Commonwealth Games next year. So all to play for. Then this afternoon, or midday, whichever way you want to look at it, we have England versus Wales. England so far have won all 3 of their games. Even though they were pushed very much by Scotland to the tilt, they still came out with that win. Wales have won 1 game against Fiji and a single goal loss to Northern Ireland, and then a larger 9 goal defeat yesterday to Scotland. So we are back on court. We see Scotland taken to the court nice and early. Defence smiling at the back. We've seen that change that you talked about, that you thought might happen.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that's happened. We see the introduction of Ella Gibbons at goal defence, and actually Nicol has moved over to the wing defence. No other changes for Scotland, and just scanning through the Northern Ireland team, no changes for them, which again, not surprising, they're in form.
So Geraldine, you could be the Scottish coach. You called it nice and early, and they have taken your advice on board.
Yeah, I'm just in tune with Gail Parata. We work in the same office, we live and breathe, and you know, it's like home from home.
I'd quite happily work in an office with Gail Parata. I think I'd earwig on everything she said to learn some stuff from her. And here we go, we have a Northern Ireland centre pass, so Scotland will be working hard early to try and turn this over. They force them back nice and early on. And strong arms over everything. They won't want to be giving anything away at this moment in time. Good challenge there by Brownie on Drain, but deemed to be contact. So that ball will get set back. Still strong arms over. Ireland just looking at their options.
Yeah, and Michelle Drain put a really good fake there, as though the ball was going to pocket to Hanlon, which drew Mulhern, allowing the ball straight into Bowman.
Yeah, just a little bit early there from Mulhern. Oh, lucky.
A little get out of jail card here from James.
Oh, Claire Brownie will be very pleased. that the opposition had gone offside at that point.
Total miscommunication between her and McCleary, but they stay in possession of the ball.
Good repositioning there by Brownie to get to the top. This is just the umpire again, just making sure that the players are completely clear as to what they are expecting. And a good shot and a great cheer from the crowd. 6-goal game. Drain looking at her options. Mulherron indicating at the back, causing that pressure, making sure that it was covered. And it's like you were saying about Ella Gibbons before, just her presence of being so tall, that wingspan of an eagle.
Yeah, the wingspan's huge, and I know, as you know, Drain's not the tallest wing attack in the game, you know, so I can imagine what that looks like, trying to feed through those arms. But she's a clever player, Drain. She'll work out how to get round her, I'm sure.
Indecision is definitely the killer of all attack. Oh,
Yeah, she's
unlucky there by
yeah,
Lennon.
it was unlucky.
Just a little bit too close, but a beautifully timed jump.
Nice smile on her face there. She knew she was close. So Scotland centre, and well delivered to Gallagher up to McCleary and straight into Goodwin. Classic centre pass.
See, how much do we need to see more of that? Just that one-on-one in the circle. Because one-on-one in the circle, Beth Goodwin is very hard to beat. She's got a
Very hard to beat, and it's a good, you know, Lindsay Gallagher can do that job by drawing Lennon out of the circle to give Bethan that space to hold.
Oh, good hands there, and it's a Scotland turnover. This is the comeback straight away. This is a great start by Scotland.
Yeah, a few confused looks in the Northern Ireland players there. I felt as though it was their win, but there must have been a deflection somewhere.
Yeah, you got to control the controllables. Just a little bit of juggling. Juggling is not allowed in netball. You can hear the crowd at the back cheering on their team. And it really makes a difference, that noise from the crowd, just encouraging the mum.
Yeah, just having that eighth man, it's the players do hear it, you know, they don't hear it word for word, but they do know they've got that support.
Mulherron just puts enough pressure on that shot to force it off the back. And now Scotland really need to take this through. Nice little shot. Oh,
yeah, footwork by Gibbons. It was a bit of a late take-off there. I don't actually think she was anticipating the ball to come back to her from Brownie. She thought Brownie was going to look down.
Yeah, Brownie just opting to try and play it short to keep control, I guess, of the ball. Make sure they look after it, but opposite effect.
A little bit of a scrappy phase here from both teams. You know, it's taking quite a while for a goal to come in.
That was a great move by Beth Goodwin into backspace. Well seen. Good shot. Nice little tap there as well. It's good to see that camaraderie between players supporting each other. Again, Northern Ireland doing a great job of just holding them up off the edge.
Yeah, they're forcing a real square ball at the top. You know, Scotland are not been able to penetrate and drive on the first option. They're having to play the ball about quite a bit. 100% commitment by both players, Natalie.
Yeah, I was trying to work out who's going to come out with the ball.
I know.
Whose contact was it? Just couldn't tell. This is why I don't umpire.
Snap.
Oh. How is this happening? It's just too exciting for words. Scotland are back in this game, 27-26. Big shot coming up.
Yeah, that was clever play from Bowman, just laying off to get herself that little bit closer, because she's missed the last couple. Just needed a shot to regain her confidence.
Strong defence again. Oh, offside, yes. She was offside at that point in time. Obviously, all the umpires' decisions are correct. Frustrating there, probably, for Claire Brownie. The margins of error are so small, aren't they?
Absolutely.
So just bringing you some more information on the stats from the last quarter. See Scotland still sitting at 100%, but a bit lower this time. 9 goals from 9 attempts, so 100% is always lovely, but 9 attempts a bit low for...
Yeah, too low. If you look at the comparison, Northern Ireland are shooting at 83% in the second quarter. They had 19 attempts. You know, that's more than double the attempts that the Scotland team had. That's just not acceptable at this level, and that's certainly something Gail Prata would have been focusing on at half-time.
So on that difference in attempts, is that down to shooters? Is it down to mid-court? What would they be looking at?
Well, if you don't get the ball, you can't take the shot, so certainly the ball's not been brought through to the shooters on enough occasions.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but great athleticism there from Mulherron to keep that in, and just unfortunate from Gibbons, just a little bit of handling.
Yeah, she's made a few of those since she's come on. I'm not sure if it's nerves, but a good hand in there just to try and redeem and win the ball back, and good work to do that. She's just got to settle, 2 hands, safe hands in each ball.
And it must be difficult to come on in a game like this, such an important game, such a tight game. Do you think that's why she's had a few handling errors early on?
And it's the speed of the game. You know, you don't get time to settle. You've got to come in and go, and they should be able to do that. She certainly did it yesterday. What you don't want is the teammates now not using her, being a bit nervous about handling that ball, handing the ball to her.
Yeah, and we just see there an attacking contact there by Scotland. So holding that space, they've got to be really careful on their arms. Just make sure their arms are down by their side. That time, James deemed them to be up and out and just keeping that play with their arms behind them rather than using their body.
And we see a timeout called here by Kyla Bowman and Una McCullough coming off the bench to the goal attack position.
Kyla's getting a little bit of attention there as well on the side, and she limped off.
Yeah,
so
she did hobble off. I didn't see anything happening, but she's maybe just picked up a bit of a niggle and done the right thing.
Oh.
Drain on the ground now.
I always get sweaty palms when players go down and hold their knee, but she's up and okay.
It's getting a little bit feisty. Oh my goodness.
The third player in a matter of seconds to be on the floor. And it just goes to show, doesn't it, Geraldine, how important these games are to players.
Absolutely. You know, they're not going to leave anything out there. It was good rebounding by Mulherron. She positioned herself really well. That's a fortunate pick up there.
Great through court play there by Scotland. We see Northern Ireland just running on some intercepts and timing just a bit out on that, leaving the players open. So can Scotland convert this and take us back to a 1-goal game? Oh, that was great reading from the back by Lawler, just so unlucky there.
She's going to be really disappointed with herself. She just cut through the back of Lindsay Gallagher. I don't think Lindsay actually knew she was coming through, but just couldn't control the ball.
This defensive pairing have definitely impressed me over this tournament.
Yeah, they've got a lot of court time together over the years. Know each other's game inside out.
Uncharacteristic-ness there from...
Yeah, but great rebounds. You know, you would have expected Lennon and give Lawler to go up and seal that.
A little bit of a chat by the umpire, and this could be down to what we were saying about before, couldn't it? The contact that we're starting to see coming in. But that takes us to a 1-goal netball game. Northern Ireland still just ahead. This centre pass for them is a crucial one. Oh, great space at the back. Just seeing that opening. Mulherron drawn.
Yeah, she was drawn by McCullough to run, and Gibbons just wasn't quick enough to pick up the player she'd left.
Good vision there by Northern Ireland. Just keeping that composure. And again, maybe just a little bit static from Scotland. And that's what they're playing for, isn't it? If you've got one player on the side of the court and that box of defence, there's a reason.
Absolutely, but actually the pass would have been on had it been executed better. There was a little bit too much flight in it, and a bit which slows the ball down.
Good pop out the front there. Northern Ireland centre pass. Oh, well kept in, Lisa Bowman. That wide stance there of McCullough just keeps that space in front of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's really strong in the hold.
Oh, You can jump it, but you can't knock it out of hands. That was a good shot there over the arms. Oh, nice ball. Oh, another attacking contact. Again, it's those arms. So James having his arms out, signalling that she's holding with her arms. Scotland need to address that.
Yeah, it's something, you know, the coaching staff will need to be looking at closely off the bench and feeding back to Goodwin, because she's not aware of what she's doing. She's not feeling it.
And if Northern Ireland take this to goal, they've pushed that lead back out to 5. Just a few errors creeping in. See Lisa Bowman just changing her angles consistently at the back in relation to McCulloch in front of her. Nice pop. Oh, great rebound. Good work at the back there.
Yeah, they were all in for that. You know, Bowman was up for it, Gibbons and Mulhern, so it was a really good work. And that's what you want your team to do. You know, if you work so hard to steal that rebound, you want them to look after it and convert it for you. And well done to the full team for doing so.
Mulhern just doesn't give in, does she? She still fights for every single ball. Arms over. Look at that stretch. But credit to Bowman. Nice and composed, shooting over the top. Calling time just because warning.
Oh, that's a bit severe, in my opinion, my feeble opinion, but I don't think that was intentional whatsoever.
I fear that I'm probably going to sit on a no comment on that, but I think our silence says it all. It's so tricky for players as well, you know, the passion, they've got to fight for every single ball. They have to fight for every single ball because the game depends on it, and they are trying to keep it clean. We can even hear people talking to the side of us now about whether that was intentional or not. That's going to be a nice talking point for a while. Feel free to tweet us in your comments. If they are controversial, we may not read them out, but feel free to tweet them anyway.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's the umpire's interpretation. It's what the umpire has seen and what he feels happened. So
absolutely,
they can only call what they see.
And ultimately, you can't kick the ball.
Exactly.
Sees a chance for Northern Ireland to go back out to 4. Rolls in off the edge. Good shot. And now we see the change that we were talking about earlier on. McCleary is off.
Yeah, we've got Murphy coming on to wing attack, and you know, we had talked potentially about Boyle coming on, and Murphy's a very experienced wing attack. We've seen her in this tournament run at wing defence most of the time, but certainly knows that position as well.
So what do you think the principle is of bringing her on? Why has Gail Parata decided to bring her on now?
Yeah, I think, you know, maybe Toner's won that battle against McCleary. You know, we've had a few lack of movement, you know, some feeds going awry, so it's worth chopping it up. Let's see what Murphy can bring to that attacking unit.
We've definitely talked about Toner before. She's a quality wing defence and just has the ability to keep players quiet, and sometimes you don't necessarily notice your wing defences, but if you don't notice the opposition wing attack, then they're doing a good job.
Yeah, that's the job, you know, take the wing attack out, because there's such a...
Oh, well read. Oh, unlucky. Oh no, is it an out of court or is it a contact? It's a contact.
Yeah, I think it's a contact called against Lawler.
Unlucky by
and
Lawler.
A warning.
It was great for her to go for that fly. Coach's perspective on that for me would be, yeah, go for that every single day of the week. She was so close to coming out of that ball, just a little bit too late. Scotland again just struggling to get it through.
Yeah, just been forced way back, but you've just got to be patient and watch that.
Yeah, they're drawing 2 players, aren't they, onto that one, and left the wing attack open, but Wasn't seen.
Yeah, and a really bit of a misplaced ball there. It's giving possession back to Northern Ireland.
Long ball down. Good stretch there by Lisa Bowman. 3 in it, 20 seconds to go. Can Northern Ireland make it 4? Calling time again. This is good umpiring that they're holding that time. Just making sure that we have all the time to play, because this is vital for Scotland. This could be the difference between a 4-goal game and a 2-goal game. Oh, well read. Good jump there. Oh, great shot, Lisa Bowman.
Fabulous execution, and at the height she's got in that shot.
Claire Brownie will hold on to this as the seconds run out. And Scotland do win that quarter by 1. We now have 36-32 on the scoreboard. So it's still a tight game. It's still 2 turnovers. Can Scotland come back, Geraldine? And what is it that they need to do to break that 4-goal deficit down?
They need to, treasure this ball. They've made too many handling errors, too many fundamental errors, trying to bring that ball through. They've started to win a bit of ball. They've started to win some ball, but all too often they're making just a little bit too easy, offloading the wrong pass and making it easy for Northern Ireland to come in and steal that ball.
So with Scotland on 32 and Northern Ireland on 36, Northern Ireland will be very happy with that score, but will they be slightly disappointed that they did drop a goal in that quarter?
Yeah, I'm sure they will, because they started the quarter, 5 goals ahead going into half time, and they allowed Scotland to come back at them. It got back to like a 2-goal difference. They have drawn it out again, but yeah, they would have been looking to capitalise on the lead they had and draw it out to just take a little bit of pressure off themselves, because as we said, 4 goals is 2 centre passes, you're back in the game.
So on Twitter, Shannon Garvin, brilliant at Lisa Bowman, full of tricks as usual, #NEOpen. Denise Holland, great to see Scotland and Northern Ireland on 100% shooting first quarter. Clarity of mind enables access to skills. Colleen Duffy, here's a joke for you. Why is our attacker carrying a feather on her head?
Oh, I don't know why she was carrying a feather on her head.
Because she's a wing attacker. Thank you, Colleen. Loving that. Oh, what else have we got for you? Yvonne Creighton, keep fighting, Scotland. You can do this. Yvonne, a big supporter there. Josh, Mon the Tartan Army. Mon, is that come on?
Come on, yeah.
Come on. I need to get up with my Scottish lingo. Benjamin Armstrong, come on, Northern Ireland ladies. Great to see high shooting accuracy. Let's keep it up. #swish. Yes, Benjamin. #swish. We have seen some of those.
Great support for both teams here coming in social media, and that's amazing. We've been able to live stream this competition out there to the world, and all home nations. Not everyone can travel to the one venue. We couldn't host everyone if you did so it's great to see you following us on social media today.
A couple more. Lauren Miller, not appreciating being injured right now. Scotland making me want to get on court.
Lauren Miller, we worked with Lauren, she's injured at the moment. She loves netball, so great to hear from you this morning, Lauren.
And last but certainly not least, Tricia White. Great netball streaming by BBC Sport. Loving the commentary. Thank you, Tricia. We will shout out to Taunton Netball Club just because you bigged us up, and we like that. So 4 goals in it. This couldn't be any tighter. We've seen it go back and forth. We've seen Scotland take the lead. We've seen Northern Ireland take the lead. We've seen some fantastic things. What's going to make the difference, Geraldine? What's going to make the difference in this last quarter?
Composure, confidence in your teammates. Let the ball flow. Let's just take it all the way to the wire here. It's going to be interesting. Composure,
confidence, and let it go. A little bit frozen there for you. Yeah. You heard it here from Geraldine Maguire. Still pipping the Scotland win?
Yes, confident.
Geraldine still back in the Scotland win. If I'm honest, I'm 100% thinking it's going to be Northern Ireland now. So we are torn between the two. The crowd are torn between the two. There's cheers for both. The Twitter feed is torn between the two. No one can call this game. Who is it going to be moving forward? 15 minutes left, a fast and furious netball. We see Sarah Watts there and James Thomas ready to deliver that ball. It's the Scotland centre. They convert this. They take it to 3. Who can take it?
No changes from either side moving into the last quarter.
Oh, great attempt to the fly, but does open up that space at the back. Timing slightly off there.
Yeah, you've got to have a go at it. If it works, it works. If you keep doing it, it hasn't worked, you're making the wrong decision. But she did the right thing to give it a go there.
Do you think Northern Ireland need to take any risks now, or is it Scotland that need to take the risks?
I think Scotland need to play the game they've played over the weekend. You know, get their heads back in the game here.
Almost see a bit of renewed vigour there by Bethan Goodwin. A drive out of the circle, just mixing it up a bit, creating that space, which is really nice to see actually at this moment in time.
And that's the start they would have been looking for, Scotland, to come out and put the pressure on immediately. They've broken Northern Ireland's centre pass. They've converted their own first one. Can they do it again?
Oh gosh, this could take it to 1. Oh, Bethan Goodwin takes it to 1. And under that pressure, just the calm shooting of Bethan Goodwin. If you're going to give it to anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure underneath the heart's racing, but she has just a look of composure at all times. And for someone so young, it's all credit to her.
Yeah, great game face, and that's what you need, isn't it? You don't want to show any weakness to the opposition, because then they can capitalise off that. See a nice fight early on in that circle. Obstruction called there. Not sure who it's against. James is just clarifying.
I think they're just trying to clear it up in there.
Oh, I'm not sure Lisa was ready for that pop.
I don't think she was when you look at the grin in Una McCulloch's face there.
Still smiles all around, still leading by 2 goals. And it's nice seeing that. Oh my gosh, who can get their hands on this ball? This is the point in time where I've got to remember to breathe. I don't know how they do it on the court.
Yeah, she's done it again. Goodwin under pressure, great shot. Scotland 36, Northern Ireland 37.
Takes us to a 1-goal game. This is like 1 turnover and Scotland could go ahead. Northern Ireland need to make sure that they, as you said, keep their composure. It's vital at this moment in time. Bowman putting that down, getting an angle straight away. Good stretch.
Yeah, and you see the experience of Bowman there, just holding that space, really, really strong, wide base, strong, upright body, easy to feed into.
And it's interesting, she could have taken that shot, couldn't she, but actually set herself up closer to post to be in that high percentage shooting range.
Oh. A miss there by Gallagher. A good scoop up by Northern Ireland.
It's really important for Lennon and Lawler now that they maximise on any missed shots. They don't happen often for Scotland. So if they do, they need to make sure they maximise on it and get in that good rebound position, which they have done. Oh, good reverse arm by Mulheron, but just not enough. Good switch there by the defence.
Oh, unlucky McCulloch here, just lost her balance and couldn't offload the ball before she mishandled it.
A contact call there. I think just running into the legs of Gibbons. Means it will be a reset ball for Scotland. Good drive, getting to circle edge a little bit better now for Scotland.
Yeah, and Brownie was all on her own there. I think Hanlon had loaded this side of the circuit to put a lot of pressure on, but it just left Brownie free and a good swing into shooters.
So it's going goal for goal at the moment on that centre pass. Scotland have worked really well to bring that deficit back. It was 4 going into quarter time, it's now 1. And a turnover.
Yeah, Michelle Drain called for contact there, so it's a turnover ball for Scotland.
We just need to take it through to goal now, and if they manage to take it through to goal, they will level this game with their centre pass next. Great movement there by Bethan Goodwin, and that's what she does really well, isn't it? Rolled around the front, got that angle, the ball, no goal.
I think we were so busy talking we missed that one there. I have no idea.
Gosh.
So if anyone can enlighten us, send us a message.
Oh. Bit of a knock to the face there.
Yeah, and we're sitting just now at Scotland 37, Northern Ireland 38. So still a 1-goal game here with Northern Ireland on the attack. Contact call by Brownie.
Oh, great run around the base. Base and post all at the same time. This is how exciting this game is. Sat the commentator, she stopped being able to talk. She's so excited about the game. 2 goals in it. That's good from Northern Ireland. They gave that ball away. Scotland will be frustrated with that. They had the chance to level the game. Just missing out on that opportunity. Still 10 minutes to go though. It's still only 1 turnover. It could be anyone's game. Good pressure there from Tona.
Yeah, it's a bit unclean. She's coming over the back, so she's not going to get away with that. She'd actually need to take her feet around the player and win it cleaner.
Oh.
Got the shooting stats for the 3rd quarter handed to us here, Natalie, and we see Scotland, they're still putting the ball away 92%. They had 12 attempts, scored 11, and we've got Northern Ireland at 71%, so a drop in their conversion rate, but they still had more attempts than Scotland in that quarter, so that's something. It's obviously why the score is as it is.
Some serious words there from Sarah Watts. This is concerning for Northern Ireland. They see their goalkeeper off the court. Now, being off the court means you cannot be replaced unless it was the centre. There will be a period of time that she is off for.
Yeah, it looked like 2 minutes. I'm not sure if that's what that signal was.
We see a change at wing defence as well for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, they're not going to run with 1 man in the circle. They're going to have to move about here.
They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to change it. The only position you can change is the centre. So this is going to be a test for Northern Ireland now. This becomes a slightly different game for them. Whether they play possession to try and run the clock down will be interesting, or whether they try and make sure that they are just converting on every one of their centre passes. And this is something that will be interesting to know whether they trained for. Have you trained for this eventuality as a team? Yeah,
it's something you should do, you know, but it doesn't happen very often in this game. But, you know, with the new warning system, it is possibly something we're going to see a little bit more of.
Oh, an impossible task for the goal defence now, and she needs to be careful as well that she doesn't get sent off at the same point in time of trying to rescue the game. Pretty sure this is not what any of us netball fans wanted to see.
Absolutely not. We want to see 14 players battling it out on court.
And you know, I don't think Scotland will want to see it either. They, I'm sure they want the full competition.
Job done, Nolene Lennon.
What a great interception. What a superstar for her country. When the chips are down, those are the ones that matter.
I think there's a held ball called there.
And it's so difficult, isn't it? Those options that you have at the back are just limited because there's no lateral offer now coming through from your goalkeeper. And another change there. It seems to be... Oh, we have a change back. Oh, and she's back on court. This is good news. It'll be interesting now to see whether she stays on after having been off, or whether Northern Ireland make the change, because she's now obviously in a dangerous position of being sent off.
Yeah, and that was a disappointing miss there from Goodwin. You know, it's uncharacteristic of her, but that's the goals that need to sink for Scotland. When they've got it back to 39 all, that was a lead goal to take there.
3 seconds. Oh my gosh.
What a game, Natalie. I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted too. We've still got 7.5 minutes. Part of me wants it to be over soon because I'm exhausted, and part of me wants it to go on for another hour. This is fantastic netball. The pressure the athletes are under must be immense right now. Good ball, nice patient feed, and that's what you want from your captain, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's an amazing take from Lindsay G. You can see that, Lindsay G, sorry, that's what we call her, Lindsay Gallagher. You know, she's put that back foot to post just to get herself that bit closer, and that's put Scotland back in the lead. So what a bit of a fight and a comeback here. Scotland at 40, Northern Ireland 39, but Northern Ireland centre pass.
Yeah. Oh, out of court. The Scottish bench
I think
on
he's
their
actually
feet.
called contact against Caroline O'Hanlon.
Oh my word. I think that was contact against Bethan Goodwin. But we do have a timeout. They have decided to make a change. We think potentially a sensible decision from the bench, because you don't want to play with 6 for good. And having already been off court, she could well have been taken out of the game if there had been any
goalkeeper now. We see Fionnuala Toner taking on the goal defence. But that's a position she's very familiar with, so you know they won't be.
And we talked before as well about that style of the goal attack and goal shooter for Scotland, and the fact that it's a lot of front balls, which means actually for a wing defence it's easier to step into that circle because of the style of play.
Oh, that's a great shot under pressure from Lisa Bowman.
Just signalling to the team to calm down.
Yep, back to 40 goals apiece as we move into the last 6 minutes.
Good pressure there by Northern Ireland, but Scotland unfazed, just moving the ball around, going all the way back to the keeper, just keeping possession. And they talk about crucial moments in a game, don't we? But now pretty much every centre pass is crucial. It's going to be who can come out with that key turnover, or more unfortunately who makes the key error.
Yeah, and I think all credit to Noreen Lennon. She kept Northern Ireland in the game. Scotland could have capitalised a little bit more on what happened with, unfortunately happened with Lawler being off court, but I think they only managed to score 1 goal in that time due to that crucial tip.
Good rebound again. We talked about Lisa Bowman being strong in the air.
Yep.
Very calm and composed. It's fine. If it doesn't go in, I will scoop up the rebound and go again. Injection of pace there by Scotland as well. Oh.
Yeah, and it just dropping short for Goodwin there. She's lost a little bit of power, but great pressure on there. She's caused that error, and the ball's gone offside, so it's now a Scotland ball.
Both teams fighting out. This is the silver medal match going on right now. Whoever wins this game is set for a second place position at Netball Europe.
And there's not one uncontested ball here, which is fantastic. All credit to all 14 athletes on court.
Not deemed to be taken, or the goalkeeper was too close.
Yeah, you can see Lindsay Gallagher just using her experience there, just composing Bethan Goodwin, having a little bit of chat. She's missed the last few. You saw the head dipping. Lindsay G's just giving her a bit of a pep talk. That's great leadership.
Defence running hard on that ball. Michelle Drain struggling to get free, but it is deemed to be contact. A bit of a relief. You notice that Northern Ireland a lot of teams will have your wing attack going over for that first ball, and if they're not free, the goal attack will then come through. But goal attack for Northern Ireland seems to sit a little bit further back, and the second option for them always seems to be back.
Yeah.
Long ball in. Oh, well held. Mulherron giving everything she has, going for that ball, fighting for her team, but it falls for Lisa Bowman, and the score is 42-all. 4 minutes left of this game. Good strong pressure there, but again, just need to keep it clean, both sides, make sure they keep all 7 players in the game. You need all of that pressure. You don't want to let anyone get that ball through easily. Oh my word, that is a beautiful interception. She read that with perfect timing.
She did. It was again one of those lofted, long, slow balls.
Oh, and to capitalise off it is no mean feat. Northern Ireland now with the centre pass. Scotland need to turn this over. They need to pressure this. And as you said, the key word here, composure. This is what Northern Ireland need now. Not magic, just calm consistency. Just like that. Great shot. And you know, we haven't seen McCulloch shooting too much. It's generally been Lisa, so to put that up at that crucial moment in time, that is world class. Nice feed there. Good fakes by Brownie. Looking around, shifting that defence into Bethan Goodwin, and they have not given up yet. It's just one turnover in this game to take Scotland to level pegging. Can Northern Ireland remain composed enough?
Yeah, just under 2.5 minutes on the clock now, Natalie, and Northern Ireland on the attack. They are 44-43 up at the moment.
Scottish defence choosing.
Oh, and that's a fabulous interception by Gibbons. That's the first that she's really nailed the timing on that.
And what a time for that to come out. Fantastic jump of the shot. Another beautiful trick for all you players at home to start practicing on. It's not as easy as she made it look.
No, it's not. If it was, we'd see it a lot more often. It's a great drive by Murphy into the pocket.
Switching it around, moving it out.
Yeah, Hanlon's going to be spoken to there because there was a direct feed on for Claire Brownie into Lindsay G. She drove across the top of the circle and you saw Carolina Hanlon, oh dear, purposely cutting across to slow and delay play.
The question is that decision going to be the one that costs the game? That is Northern Ireland again down to 6 players. They've had to change who is in at centre because of the fact you have to have a centre on court. So they are now running without a wing defence. Great shot by Bethan Goodwin under pressure, and this time they capitalise off that 6-man defence. Gosh, how important is it now that Northern Ireland convert off the centre pass?
Yeah, we're sitting now with the score at Scotland 45, Northern Ireland 44, so it's crucial they score this goal.
And will they run the clock down to go for the draw?
And forcing the long shot in Bowman. Oh, what a shot. 45 all.
Turnover is needed for Ireland, Northern Ireland, and with 6 players, you can't help but think that that is a big ask. Umpire stopping the clock, 41 seconds left. You can see the Northern Irish bench with their face in their hands. They know how important that this last play is. Massive shot for Bethan Goodwin here. Oh!
Yeah, she's missed it. It's up to the 7. Her teammates now to win the ball back for her, and composure needed by Northern Ireland to bring it through and convert the goal. There's only 20 seconds on the clock.
And now how crucial is it as well that they chose to drop, they've not left all the time, they chose to drop the wing defence, so they still have their full array of attackers at the front. Oh! Now this is a massive shot. Who would want to be a shooter? It's in!
Yeah, she's won it for Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland
Scotland 45, Northern Ireland 46, and the whistle's gone.
Oh my goodness, what a goal for Lisa Bowman, what a score for Northern Ireland, with 6 players on the team at various points in time, and they come out with a massive 46-45 win. 1 goal game. It was back and forth the whole way. Oh,
wow.
What's your thoughts on that, Geraldine?
Well, we've seen things we've not seen for a long time in netball. I don't know how those players are feeling. My heart's absolutely racing here watching it. You know, what a display of grit, determination, passion from all those players out there on court. They've all done their home nations proud. They've brought fantastic netball to this Netball Europe competition, and congratulations to Northern Ireland on the win. I was wrong, and I'll take the hit in that one.
We are still absolutely stunned with that game here in commentary. Such a fantastic display of emotion, prowess, skill, and 2 completely different emotions now looking down on that court. Northern Ireland ecstatic to be going home with a silver medal. I think at the beginning of this tournament that would have been a a result that not many people would have picked. Northern Ireland wouldn't have generally have been picked by many to have come in and taken that silver medal.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We'd have been looking possibly at it being Scotland or Wales, and now it turns out that Northern Ireland, what a result. Well, we could talk about this for a very long time, but that is us done for this game. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for your comments on Twitter. And we will be back later on. We still have one more game left of this amazing tournament. England versus Wales is on at 12 o'clock. And if it's as good as that, then you cannot miss it. We will see you later. My thanks to Geraldine. We'll be speaking to you later on.
Thanks,
You're
Natalie.
back in the game for the next one. Go and get yourselves a cup of tea, but don't go anywhere.